Any answer in the chat box? For I think we already finished profitability ratios. So gains are efficiency ratios and solvency ratio and shareholder investment ratios. You did not calculate your quick ratio.
Oh, yes.
Calculate again. I do not understand your answer. Because you said solvency ratios 2.6 to 2.7, which is bad. Is it ratio or is it current ratio? And again, 0.08 long-term solvency ratio is 16% to 46%. What does it mean, long-term solvency? Solvency are different types of ratios. Gearing ratios and equity to total asset ratio and interest coverage ratio. So which ratio should we verify that? Intran, do you have any question? Intran, do you have any question? Yes or no?
No, I just can hear you clearly because your connection will. I don't hear you.
Because I didn't talk much, so
Yes.
maybe.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? Not really. 904. Okay, maybe. So what you can do here is you have to calculate your number of common shares. How you will calculate? You will 17086,000. Right. This one is wrong. And divided by 1.89. So that the common shares 1708600, that will be 9040.21. 9040.21. That's your common shares, number of. make sure.
Teacher, why we divide for DPS? I don't understand.
Teacher,
Oh, no. It's
your stream shall stop.
one, sorry. 2.10. I misunderstood. It's 2.10. So it's 813619. 813619. Right, that's yes. Awesome. Sorry, I sent something else by mistake. Wait. Not this. Can you click the link? Can you open the link? Is it working?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can see in that link, I'm trying to explain you how you can calculate number of common shares. Right? The number of shares. This is your number of common shares. That's the number of common shares. So now you can calculate EPS. Same thing you will do for next year. Same thing. This number divided by your 2.38. That's your number of years. Everybody okay with it? Everybody understand the number of common shares? Okay. So now you can give me your for 2 different years.
Teacher, I have a question. You calculated the number of the common share is 8,136.19. So I thought it was an integral because that is the number of the share. Why we have like 0.19 there?
You just want 8136. You want to use 86, not 0.9. You mean this number? You should be like that's what you mean.
I can't hear you and I can't see the screen too.
Check something. Asking me about the why it's 8136.19, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me explain you something here. Always remember that your equity means share capital. Share capital equals to number of shares multiplied by market price per share. This is the formula. So let's say number of shares are 7,000 and market price is $10 each. So it means share capital is 70,000. Or you can say 70,000 divided by 10 equals to 7,000 shares. So what exactly we are doing here?
No, teacher. I mean that your the number of the 8,136.19 that you're calculating the number of the shares. So it must be integer, I think, because we sell share, we sell one share to other people. So
yes,
why?
Now I understand what you mean. So you mean it should not be like this. It should not be like this. It should be like this, right? Because we sell one share. We never sell 0.7 or 0.19 share. We never sell like this. Yes, I agree with you. But the problem is we don't have a choice here. But if you want, you can use this number. Yes, you are right. So we should use this number instead of one. We should not use this number because we have 0.19. So we should use this number. Yes, we can do. But again, we are using this way. We are calculating exact number. So that's the reason I'm writing here 0.19. But if you don't write 0.19, still okay. But that's much more practical. So you don't have to write 19. So that's right. So we should use this number. Right. Is it okay now?
Okay, it's okay.
So everybody calculate yes and give me your answer in the chat box because I don't have the history of chat box because I logged in again. Send me your answers, everybody, again. Correct, because I missed. I missed 1 0 here. That's the reason. Because if you multiply by 1,000, that number would be one more 0 here, right? So as a result, that will be 81,361 because I missed 1 0. Now you calculate your EPS. So did you understand that? Did you understand that? Because we miss 1 0 here.
Teacher, it is 1,708.6. So if we multiply 1,000, it must be 20.
Yeah,
So
2 0 or 1 0. It should be
6.
one. It should be 1,708,6 3 zeros. Yes, now this is correct.
But I see
This
the picture it is 0.6.
is 0.6. Yes, so if you multiply by 1,000, it will be now this. So last time I did not add one more zero. It's okay. Can you see now? Now, so the number of shares will be 81,361, right? Let me check again. Divided by 81,361. Yes. So it will be 17086,000 divided by 2.10. So can you check your, please check the chat box that I explained here. Is that okay? Everybody? Wait. Maybe something wrong too. 406. 6.1 multiplied by 1,000. It's 4,061,000. 4,061,000. But balance sheet, yes, balance sheet wrote 1,708.6. So you have to multiply by 1,000 because all the numbers are in thousands. Can you see on the top? All the numbers are in thousands. You will do only for your EP. You have to calculate the number of shares. So that's why. And multiply by 1,000. Yes or no? Is that okay, everybody? Did you understand? Yes or no?
No, teacher, I don't understand.
Which point you did not understand?
I still don't get it why it is 406.1 but multiplied by 1000. It should be it should be 406 100. So why you wrote 1000? I don't understand.
My calculator show like this. $406.1 multiplied by 1000. Wait, I'll show you. Four. $406.1 multiplied by 1000. Yes, that's right. So is that okay now? Okay. So everybody, please share investment ratios quickly. So quickly give me your EPS. How much is EPS? How much is price earning? Our ratio, and how much is dividend yield ratio? So quickly calculate and then give me these four ratios. Make sure you check your price earning ratios again. Right, so make sure you remember the formula for which is market price divided by EPS. Right. So now we can have a break, everybody. And then after break, if you haven't finished yet, so we will check the answer and then we will move on to the next question. Anybody has a question? Anybody, any question?
Teacher, about the question I asked you about the number of shares. Well, I think like this. If I don't know if it is right or not. I think because the company will sell shares in a different price. Sometimes they sell like, for example, 2.10 or in a different price or $3 maybe. So I think that's why we divided. So we divided to count the number of shares. It'll have like 0 point something.
So what is your question? Yes, company. Yes, company change over the time. But in this question, your market price depends on the market price. Market price means price of one share in the market right now. So the price of one share in the market right now is a 2.10. So we use 2.10 to calculate the share capital or to calculate.
Maybe it's like 2.10 right now, but like
yes, in
tomorrow,
future, tomorrow is different. Yes, that's right. But remember, this 2.10 is at the end of the year when we are calculating this EPS. Remember, company calculate EPS every day. If you read the newspaper, if you read the business news, or if you go to internet, you check about any financial performance, company share price change every day. And every day company has the EPS. EPS we do not calculate only one time in 1 year, but in this question, we have information for market price at the end of the year. So that's why we are calculating EPS at the end of the year. So the time we are calculating EPS, the market price, the share is 2.1, how much? It's 2.10. Yes.
So like are we're selling the shares at the beginning of the year, so the price is different at the end of the year, right?
No. Remember, this is not okay. You have to understand one thing, because you may confuse with the share price in the market and the price company sell to the market. Different things. You have to, in next semester, you will study corporate finance. In that subject, you will study stock market. There are two types of stock market: primary market, secondary market. This 2.10 is market, stock exchange. But when companies sell share in a market, in primary market, and we never use that price to calculate EPS. Never ever. We calculate using the market price. Market price means the buyer and seller. Seller means investors. The buyer and seller, the price they pay to purchase a company stock. So this stock price 2.0 is from secondary market, that we use to calculate EPS, not the price company sell. Remember, company sell share only one time. Company sell the share in market. Now, in market, you and me, we are investors. I buy, you sell. And next time I sell to another person. And another person will sell to another person. So this is called the market price. So this is that market price which is from the secondary market. All right. So again, this is the one chapter in your next semester in one subject. So when you go to that subject, then you study, then you will understand, yes, companies sell share and investors sell share. This is different. This is different. Company sell share whatever price company feel, depends upon the demand of stocks in the market. This is called par value, premium value, discount value. This is not a market value. But when investor buy and when investor sell, the investor use the market price. So this is two different things. Now you can see that. All right. Primary market, companies sell, and you and me, we buy and sell from secondary market. So this is the market price in the secondary market. I hope you a little bit get the idea. And this secondary market, which is the market price, change every day. Every single day price change. Actually, in fact, price change in 3 to 4 seconds. At the end of the day is a market price we use to calculate EPS. Right? You get the idea? Is it okay? Can you hear me? Is it okay?
Yes, but yeah, I know this. So this price is this common stock price is consistent, right?
No,
It doesn't.
no, it's not consistent.
Um, I, I mean that because as I asked you that the price, the number of shares we calculate it's half point zero. So
Remember, in reality, we never calculate number of stocks like this. In reality, the simple formula is number of shares multiply price of one stocks. This is called the share capital. So normally we calculate share capital. We do not calculate number of shares. But again, I rearrange the formula to calculate number of shares. But in fact, this is the formula we have. This is the real formula. This is the real formula. This is the formula. We calculate this. We calculate this using this and this, but I rearrange this formula because we can also rearrange it. We can rearrange to, but reality is number of shares because company has number of shares and company has market price per share. They have demand in the market. So company has this price too. So company has this, company has this, company calculates share capital. But I rearrange to calculate the number of shares. Right? So remember, stock price are not fixed. They change every single day. Stock price is given in the question. When is the stock price? Is the stock price is at the end of the year, at the end of financial year. So at the end of financial year, when company was preparing this balance sheet, the stock price was 2.10. So by using this stock price, we will calculate how much is the EPS. Accounting point of view, we are in the accounting class. We use this at the end of the year to calculate EPS. Is it okay? Does it make any sense?
It's okay.
Anybody else? Any other question? If no question, then we can have a break, and then I'll see you after 20 minutes. Please confirm. Can you hear me? Yes or no?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So quickly finish your this question, and then we move on to the next question. And before we move on to the next, let me talk about your next week. Next week test, because we have a test next week, right? So let's talk about it. So next week, we are going to have a test. It's a class test. It's a oral test. So topic. Can you see that, everybody? Can you see the white screen?
Yes.
Okay. So next week you have a class test. It's a verbal test, oral test. You are not allowed to use any textbook. It's a closed book exam. So you have 3 topics: depreciation, final account, and ratio analysis. Right? Okay, so you have to keep your cameras open. You have to keep your camera on. You cannot turn it off your cameras, and you cannot say that my camera has a problem, this and that. No. And it's a closed book exam. You are not allowed to use any book, any reading or reading screen or reading notes. No, you cannot do that. All right, so you have to just, if I ask you a question, you have to speak and answer the question. All right. Next is a theory question unit only. Of course, you need a formulas as well. All right. So I may ask you to any kinds of formula. Give me what is the formula for current ratios, what is the formula for quick ratios, what this ratio tells about this, what is the meaning of this ratio, what is the meaning of that ratio, this ratio is high, is good, is it bad, why it's good, why is bad. Right? Same final accounts. What is the meaning of cost of goods sold? What is the meaning of gross profit, meaning sales? Yes, same items in the balance sheet. What is the meaning of this and what is the meaning of that? What are the current asset? What are the current liability? What is the meaning of current asset? What is the meaning of current liability? Everything. Right? Everybody understand that? Yes or no? Everybody okay with it?
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody has any question regarding the oral test? And make sure be on time. We have a class week Tuesday, last lecture.
Teacher, we will have a test on Tuesday, right?
Yes, Tuesday afternoon. All right. Next week, Tuesday afternoon, and next week is the last lecture. All right, last class will be next week.
Teacher,
Yes.
can I leave early because I have to go to the hospital?
Yes,
My
you can leave
grandmother.
now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, teacher.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. So ask me any question. If anything you do not understand when talking the test, is everyone have the same question? Everybody will have different question.
Sir, are we going to have this oral test at the final exam, or we gonna have the final assignment as well?
Yes, yes, you have final assignment. This is not a final assignment. This is class
you.
test. Wait, let me tell you one thing.
Oh.
Did you remember you have 10% is your attendance, all right? 20% is your midterm assignment. And 20% is your class test, which is 50%. And 50% you have a final assignment.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So this is your next week. All right. No, you don't need to go to another room. Just everybody in the class as well. So you don't have any separate room or nothing at all. All right. So I will pick your name randomly and I will ask question. And one student will speak about 5 minutes is enough. I will ask you one question. I may ask you second question. All right. But for example, if I ask you one question and you do not know the answer, you can say, teacher, can I have another question? So I will ask you one more question. So for example, I ask you, can you tell me how to many methods of depreciations we have? Can you explain me those methods? Is the teacher question? So then I will change another question. Tell me what is the minimum of current ratio? Something like this. At maximum 5 minutes, one student. One question, two questions, that's all. Maybe 3 questions, depends. All right. But if you read, I understand, because you have to leave your cameras open, you will get low marks. The more you think, more you explain in your own words, the higher marks you have. The better you explain, the higher marks you have. All right. Ask me another question if you have. Any question? Any? Any questions? Anybody? Yes or no? Anything you want to know about this exam or anything you do not understand?
No, teacher.
No question?
Yes.
If no question, then I may leave you today because that's all for your ratio analysis. So anybody has any question regarding ratio analysis? Anything you do not understand about ratio analysis? So next week, we will discuss about your oral test. I mean, I'll give you oral test. And second thing is your assignment. We will talk about your final assignment. All right, so please don't be absent because next week is very important. If you're absent, you lose your marks. All right. If no question, then can we stop now?
Okay, teacher.
Can we stop? Yes. Okay, so let's we stop here. So now I will see you next week. If you have any question, please send me email. So I will see you next week.